Peace, y'all. Ellis here, and you're tuned in to Velvet Gold 89.5. Before we get into the music, I want to tell y'all how this whole thing started. Because when I bought this old station, I thought I was just restoring a building. I didn't know I was stepping into history. I didn't know these walls had been holding on to voices, records, stories, and secrets. And I definitely didn't know the name Malcolm St. James was about to change the way I looked at this place forever. So tonight, let me take you back to the beginning. Velvet Gold 89.5 wasn't just another radio station. It sat right on the old business corridor in one of those buildings people pass by every day without really seeing anymore. The brick was worn, the sign was faded, the windows had dust in the corners. But even before I bought it, something about the place still felt alive. Not loud, not polished, just alive, like the building was waiting for somebody to come in and listen. When I first walked through the station, it felt frozen in time. The lobby had old chairs stacked against the wall. There were faded posters, cracked paint, boxes on the floor, and records tucked into corners like somebody planned to come back for them. The hallway smelled like dust, old paper, and coffee that had been sitting in the walls since the 90s. Most people would have looked at it and seen work. I saw a pulse. The control room was the part that really got me. The board was still sitting there. The mic was still hanging over the desk. Headphones were left near the console like somebody had just stepped out for a minute. And that old on AIR light, it looked like it was waiting for one more broadcast. That's when I knew Velvet Gold wasn't dead. It was paused. So I started cleaning. At first, it was regular stuff. Boxes, papers, old equipment, station logs, broken shelves. But the deeper I got into the building, the more it felt like the station was hiding something. Behind the old booth, tucked under boxes nobody had touched in years, I found the crates. Records, demo tapes, handwritten notes, old photographs, session papers, names I didn't recognize, dates that didn't make sense yet, and then one name kept showing up, St. James. At first I thought it was a label, then I thought maybe it was a producer. Then I found more, a tape marked Malcolm Street James, a few handwritten lyrics, a photo from inside the station, old recording notes, and the more pieces I found, the more I realized Malcolm wasn't just some random artist in the archive. He was connected to the heart of Velvet Gold. Before I knew the full story, I knew the voice mattered. You could feel it in the way people kept his tapes, in the way his name kept showing up, in the way the station seemed to have preserved him on purpose. Malcolm St. James had been an award-winning artist, a man who knew what fame looked like, a man who had touched the big rooms, the bright lights, the applause, the lifestyle. But somewhere in that journey, something changed. And somehow, pieces of his story ended up here, in this station, in these crates, in these songs that never got their moment. That's when Velvet Gold 89.5 became more than a restoration project for me. It became a responsibility, because these records weren't just music. They were confessions. They were love letters. They were warnings. They were pieces of people's lives that almost got forgotten. And Malcolm Street James? He became the first name that made me understand what this station really was. Not just a place that played records, a place that remembered them. So that's where this begins, with an old station, a few dusty crates, and a name I couldn't stop finding, Malcolm St. James. I'm still learning who he was, what happened to him, and why so much of his music was left behind. But I know this much. Velvet Gold 89.5 didn't hold on to these records for nothing. Some voices don't disappear. They just wait for somebody to press play. I'm Ellis, and this is Velvet Gold 89.5. Late night, real talk, good music, and trust me, there's more gold in the room.